Good morning, Mama. This is a second part to my first post, but I also wanted to add in there that through my decision to leave in 2017 and trying to get away because he smacked my child so hard in the butt it left a red handprint, um, I had to move numerous times. Once with him because he um, wanted to cancel an appointment that he had with a psychiatrist, and he created a reason where we were living that we had to move right away, and that it coincided with the day we had to look at a house. So I wasn't able, or he wasn't able to make that appointment because we had to go look at this house and move. And he kept doing things to mess with my memory and to just create a lot of chaos and hecticness in my life on trying to make me forget. And it was a process to try and leave him because I was isolated. I spoke with my mom, who told me to save some money into an account to try and get my own place and to look for work and stuff like that. So it's hard because you often come from abuse and you're shut out from the working force. You're shut out from socialization and friends. And then when we finally moved into a place of subsidy, he was still with us because I had doctors and psychiatrists telling me to stay with him, even though he had abused my child and cheated on me for years and caused mental health issues and stuff. So it was very hard. And then when I finally kicked him out of the house and got him out of there, I had to go through harassment from neighbors while I was dealing with leaving and being on my own. And we had to deal with harassment from 2021 to 2000, and it just recently ended in 2025, 2026. And they bombarded my children with noise complaints of them being up early playing with toys in the morning. They moved me units to try and make it better. That new neighbor continued the noise complaints, and then also threatened to make my life a living HE double hockey sticks if I didn't keep my kids quiet in the morning. We had neighbors, the one that threatened to make my life a living HE double hockey sticks, she also told me that she doesn't hear me tell my kids to be quiet or to stop, and that I should be yelling at my kids. And then she would provoke us with these noise complaints to the board and try and record us through the wall while we were trying to heal and go through her stress of her narcissism. All while I had a registered therapist because they tried to kick us out of and evict us from where we were living because of all the noise complaints and stuff, even though we were getting threatened and bullied by neighbors right after leaving abuse, and they didn't give us any time to heal. She was trying to provoke us, and the registered therapist that was helping me out at the time said, your co-op's traumatizing you guys. And it's true. After everything that me and my kids have been through and finally getting to safety with each other, they were torturing and traumatizing us after with noise complaints. They took away my children's childhood because I took toys away eventually because I was scared of having no home, and put them on electronics. And then it's gotten so bad where we live that even one of them across the street, a different one, told me that I should be swearing at my kids and blah blah blah. And then another one threatened to run over my basketball net with her truck if she saw it out front again, because her kids were reefing on it and almost breaking it, and it was upsetting my kids. So I went out there to grab it and take it to the backyard for the winter. And then that same lady, she signed for an expensive phone package, even though it had my name and my address on it. And yeah, it's not easy. And your ex may have friends and family around him. My ex played ball hockey and had this whole social network. Well, he kept me at home, not being allowed to go out ever by myself unless it was with him, not being allowed to work. I had a job offer from Tim Hortons once, and he said, "No, you're not working. We can't afford it." Daycare and stuff and everything like that. So it's not easy. And some people, after you get out and leave, don't make it easy. When you're supposed to have your fresh start and your safe haven, you've moved into subsidy and you finally think you're free, they make you realize you're not free. And finally, recently, well, I can't say things have stopped, because recently my neighbor tried to steal my phone package. And every so often there's something that happens, like the broken glass all over our front patio furniture and stuff, and the fact that my security cameras only work and catch me and my kids coming and going and not my neighbors and stuff doing this stuff to us. So it's not an easy path, but no matter what path, the path to your child's safety is the best path. So getting free and getting out and finding people that can help you, and make sure if your neighbor does anything to you, like we've had a neighbor also pour beer on my two boys when they were little. They're just not nice around here, and I was too scared of them in retaliation to call the cops when that happened. And because of all the noise complaints and everything they did when I moved in here, I was too scared to call the police when these incidents occurred. So I'm not afraid anymore, and I called the police when she stole my phone, which the police got the phone back that evening. But she lied to me. She said my name and address wasn't on the package, and when I got it back that night, it did have my name and address on the package. So I took a picture of that as well. So it's not easy. Photograph everything, document everything. And I was left in a position after leaving abuse where I feel like I still can't have friends and I still can't trust anyone. And that's not right. And it's not right of people to do that. But you've got to remember that it's a reflection on who they are and not on who you are. And the fact that you made the choice to leave a bad situation, kudos on you. And that's amazing on you. And it's a great first start. So, and a great first start to healing and healing whatever trauma that man or woman or whoever inflicted upon you. So peace, love, and happiness. You got this, mama.